would not have been able to get an advantage over a former law enforcement officer who had transitioned into a social worker unless she had specifically desired for it to be the case. It is clear that Jimmy was not merely schizophrenic. On top of that, he was a drug addict. After being expelled out of a group home, he engages in the use of any and all drugs that come to mind, provided that they are not his prescribed medication. He instructed her to seek assistance for someone who was suffering from mental illness through the official channels. Eddie was aware that this would not be successful because the system was already overburdened with individuals such as Jimmy. There was no way for him to get around it. When Eddie was still considering it, her brother-in-law caught a rough case. Eddie was still thinking about it. Detective Danny and his partner were conducting an investigation into the death of another detective. After the body of Detective Nuria Pina was discovered on the street, everyone naturally questioned whether or not the murder was connected to a case that she was investigating. Proceeded to search through her case files. Fraud was the subject of her investigation of a billionaire. The police officers made an effort to communicate with the individual. Even his wife was clueless about his whereabouts. Neither of his children had any idea what he was doing. Subsequently, the police discovered their suspect died of what appeared to be a suicide. The gun that was of honor to Irish servicemen and women who had served their country well. Since ancient times, they have been doing this. At the time when the board decided to revoke this distinction, Danny was scheduled to receive it. Because of Danny's reputation for being a tyrant, they took it away from him. It was multiple times that he lost it on purpose. Following all that he did or was accused of doing, many people believe that the only reason he had a job was because his father was the police commissioner. Danny was the recipient of Frank's efforts to regain the glory. Because the honor was revoked before Danny was made aware of it, he was completely unaware that he had been disqualified. Never also a member of a police force family. It was because she believed that Danny was everything that they were working so hard to do rid of within the police department that she decided to take away the honor instead of Danny. She was exposed to the terrifying tales, but she never made the effort to find out. He desired to battle for the sake of his son. Frank made an attempt to communicate with Grace. She would not listen to his assessment of the situation. She was of the opinion that Danny's reputation would be detrimental to the honor, and they did not want to become disgraced as a result of it. He was not present. While everyone else in the family was informed, he was unaware of the situation. Frank relayed the information to his father. He shared the news with Jamie and Aaron. Every single one of them was agitated. They believed that honor was marked with a curse. That distinction was bestowed to Joe just one day before he was killed. Gramps believes of what she does. At this point, she appeared to be a little disoriented. He stated. When they started to be concerned about his reputation, he was unconcerned about that matter. He was not the type to seek for awards. He'd take his own life. It turned out that he was the one who discovered that his wife was making money by interested in working as a social worker in a system that was dysfunctional. For Rachel to understand that Jimmy was receiving medical attention, it was actually Eddie and Jamie who had to give her a pep talk. Until he could be evaluated and found to be fit to stand trial for the attempted murder.